guess we'll talk right to chat for now. Hello! Welcome, everybody. Welcome on in. We're just getting started here. Let's put on some music. Alright. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Actually. Hello. I am going to quickly share the stream on Blue Sky, and we should be fine. Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday, December 10th, so clearly the best time to be voting for the Game Awards, predicting the day before. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. We're gonna be making a bingo board for tomorrow. I always like to have a bingo board ready for some of these big gaming events, and this time is no different. I am just quickly signing in and doing stuff. That, and then we hop this here. Let me know if you guys recognize this music. It'd be pretty sweet. Alright. I don't know why the thumbnail I have is doing what it is. Can I still vote on the Game Awards? Oh, I still can. That's good to know. I was afraid that I just would have missed the cutoff, but yeah. Let's see here. We'll minimize this real quick. Yeah, we'll see if people tune in. But yeah, I am looking forward to tonight's stream. It's been a minute. It's been like a couple days since Prime 4 came out and we streamed that. That had been awesome. There's been some interesting developments behind the scenes, so I am looking forward to seeing what the future brings, but also wanted to share the most wonderful time of the year. We're literally one day away from the Game Awards, so let's see here. Honestly, maybe we should start with that. I don't know if what we should be starting with. I figured we'd talk about the Game Awards and then later on maybe play some of that Kirby Air Riders. I don't think it's up for anything, to be quite honest with you. So I think we most likely will just start here. Let's see. Let me see. Is there a way I can? No, I would need to be doing it on this, wouldn't I? I would, wouldn't I? Let's see. I think that looks quite all right. All right. So, the Game Awards. This is one of the busiest times and most exciting events of the year in video games, and I am always ready to stay up way later than I should watching these things. Might be a little different this year. Different kind of setting we're watching it in. But yeah. I always like to pay attention to these. I always like to kind of be in the know about these sorts of games, and I mean, this year is no different. Now, that said, I have not played every game this year. I will be speaking on this to the best of my ability. Let's stretch that. Let's see here. We are still editing this transformation. Let's see here. All right. here we are. Maybe I'll put on some different music now. I have just the right song. Let me just quickly go to this. How is everyone doing? Getting evil stares over on my left-hand side, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? This is actually the completely wrong window. I'm glad. Let's see here. No, what's a game this year? Alright, this is gonna be kind of coloring the next hour, however long it takes to be talking about the Game Awards, but we'll listen to this. Oh no, we need an actual... Yeah, here we go. Getting stared at. Huh? Yeah. No, that was just where my video was frozen. No, it's not. Very blurry, in fact. It's like, it points to some weird garden area, I don't know. Emily, ladies and gentlemen. She will not be staying. She doesn't like watching me or talking to me at all, so... which is, you know, that's fine, I get it. Alright, have a good time, babe. Peace. Alright. You're leaving. Alright. So we have the soundtrack of the Game Awards 2025. How is it gonna want us to do this? I guess we'll just... I haven't actually looked at this field. Oh my god, we're starting at the bottom? Or the top? I mean, this is the big one, right? Like, we have Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The only one I haven't played for an extensive amount of time is Death Stranding 2. I do want to play it. It seems like I can just skip the first game and get to it. The first one's been on my Steam Deck for a couple years now, so I really haven't had the drive to play this, but from all I know is that it is a very silly game and a very fun game, and kind of dig that and appreciate that, but I can't vote for it. And honestly, like, for the people that do like Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, it does seem like some of the, I don't know, like, not pacing issues, but just like the length of it does wear people out, so I don't know. So if I'm ranking these games right now, Death Stranding 2 would definitely be 6. Not to say it's a bad game, just haven't played it. The game I've played the least, with having still played it, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That is a fantastic game. I'm usually not one to, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I'm not one to play a lot of Western RPGs. Like, I love Skyrim, I liked what I played of Witcher and Cyberpunk. I need to get back to Cyberpunk because I really vibed with that. It's just a billion things came out, and trying to stay as focused on this year as possible, especially talking about it now on podcasts and stuff, which has been fun. But yeah, so Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is actually a game I could see myself going back to. I feel like I didn't get a full grasp on the combat. I only played around like 5 to 8 hours of it. And granted, that was like 2 weeks ago or whatever. But from what I have played, I do love how open-ended it felt. It does seem like there's a lot to do, and it's kind of similar to Fantasy Life-I, where you can kind of play the game however you want to. I had a lot of fun with the potion making, so honestly, that would be probably how I spent a lot of my time playing this game, but I just know it's so big and so long that it's gonna be hard to want to get through it, especially as new games come out next year. Next year's looking kind of lighter than this year has been, but we also thought 2025 was going to be a light year, and we have some all-time bangers here. Okay, so the top 4 games are games I have played a ton of. These 4, 3 of these are in my top 3 games of the year. And granted, I haven't fully nailed the order yet. I don't think we'll be coming to that decision tonight. It's going to take a lot more introspective, like, thinking and really deliberating, because for the longest time, Hades 2 was my game of the year. The way I would put my game of the year so far is, well, I mean, if we talked about this like a week ago, which I was planning on doing, it would have been Hades 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Expedition 33 in that order. I had not beat Expedition 33, just a lot of time in between play sessions, and yeah, like, I started that game when it dropped on Game Pass, played through Act 1, got to the beginning of Act 2, and then immediately left the country for like an extensive period of time. Then Switch 2 launched, and we just lost track of time. And then Microsoft was making dumbass decisions, and I made the stupid decision to play it on Game Pass, and then wanted to stop paying them money. I basically had to go to a library because I was too far in the game and too close to the end of the year into this to really buy and replay all I had played up to that point. I do plan on replaying the game, so I will get it on Steam eventually, if not very soon, if not to just get other people to play it with the Steam Family Plan. That stuff is so sick, by the way. But after beating Expedition 33, yeah, I get the hype, man. Like, I love RPGs, especially turn-based RPGs, especially ones that are very closely linked to games I really love, like the PS1 Final Fantasy games. This very much feels in that vein with how outlandish the concept is, how beautiful that world is. The music, I mean, we're listening to it right now. Man, the story, the characters, everything. I was completely sold. Especially near the end of Act 2, going into Act 3, like, my brain was like on fire. And granted, there are some areas that I do feel it falls a little short in. I felt that some of the sub areas felt a little too optional. I would have liked being able to really understand each individual area in terms of how it kind of languished because of the what do they call it, the rupture or whatever, I don't know. Let's see, the final boss, I was kind of shocked it ended when it did. I honestly felt the end boss of Act 2 was a little bit stronger than Act 3, but loved the ending. I thought that was really cool in a really gut-wrenching way to end that kind of game. So yeah, I mean, it's been said, it's been memed, Expedition 33 will sweep a lot of awards, and I totally understand that now, and I'm totally fine with it now. So, if you were asking me now how my top 3 would rank, and I don't think this will change before the Giant Bomb list and video, I think my top 3 is Expedition 33, Hades 2, and then Donkey Kong Bonanza. And then Silk Song, I also really like, and we'll talk about these other 2 games in a sec, but like, Silk Song is a game that I really, really enjoyed, and then beat Act 2, and something similar to the first Hollow Knight game is that I just dropped it for a bit. Like, I wanted to take a break. I did not want to do some of the side quests that unlocked Chapter 3, mainly just finding the fleas. I just was a little drained of it, and then hearing how brutal Act 3 is, really didn't feel like going into it right now, especially because Hades 2 came out shortly thereafter, and I just lost track of time, man. So Silk Song, I think, is one of the best games of all time, definitely one of the best Metroidvanias of all time, but there was just things I enjoyed in Hades 2 and Donkey Kong Bonanza a lot more. I guess, so yeah, so Hollow Knight Silksong of these 6 would be number 4 on my top 10 list. Now, Donkey Kong Bonanza is fan fulfillment the game for me. I'm a huge Donkey Kong fan. For the longest time, I even loved, and still to an extent, really loved the Donkey Kong Country games more than, and this may be sacrilege, more than the NES Mario trilogy. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 specifically, even more than Worlds to an extent. I think Mario World, out of the Marios 1 through 4, 4 being Super Mario World, World is my favorite of the lineup. Having grown up with that on Game Boy Advance, that's just what I played the most of. And something about the presentation of the world and the feel of Donkey Kong Country, like the grittiness, the like, there's a lot of jungle and lush areas, obviously, but then you get to like the treetop levels and it's all mystic and dark, and there's like a factory setting too. I just felt like I loved the physics of Donkey Kong Country a lot more than I did Mario. But I mean, when I was a kid, it was weird, but I always felt more in control of Donkey Kong than I did Mario. Now that's kind of changed. Mario World is way more precise for me. I definitely like Mario World more than the Donkey Kong trilogy, but DKC 1 for me is pretty dang close. I love that combo of Diddy and Donkey. So yeah, so I've loved the Donkey Kong Country games for years. I am a purebred Donkey Kong sicko. So this game being announced, this game being the sequel slash spiritual successor to both DK64 and Mario Odyssey was kind of a dream come true. I was really hoping for something like this to happen for Donkey Kong, and it blew my expectations out of the water. There are things that are not fantastic about Bonanza, or at least some things that I think the game falls short in. I think it does have a rough middle patch, like, I'm thinking like the tropical area with all the fruits and stuff. Like, there's a good chunk of worlds where I do feel like, it wasn't filler exactly, it's just, I didn't feel like we were doing enough new things to justify the order that the worlds were in. But I mean, when you kind of have a core skill set like DK Bonanza does have, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much the Bonanza abilities can do to create a lot more variety in that. I felt the individual levels were great for that, but individual levels meaning like the shrine-esque things. I honestly felt that some more of the world should have had those like platforming elements like detailed in it. I love the exploration in Bonanza, don't get me wrong. I just felt there was sometimes a disconnect, and it's weird because it's not a pure platformer, it is a destruction derby, but yeah, I don't know, there was a little lack of focus, and in a way you can kind of screw yourself out of the man-made environments with all the destruction, but so it doesn't feel as concise as I feel like Mario Odyssey does. You have a core kit the entire time, you're mixing and matching power-ups, very similar to the Bonanza abilities, but with Mario it did feel like you were working in a smaller box. Heading out. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, but I mean, when talking about Bonanza, it's impossible to ignore how stellar the final act of that game is. And one of the biggest reasons is that I honestly was not sure how I was going to feel about Pauline tagging along the entire time, being chatty. I almost never had a problem with her. Some of the stuff at the end of the game, specifically her singing in the songs that therein she sings, could be a little corny, could be a little cringy. I did kind of feel that a little bit, actually. But I enjoyed it. Like, I honestly thought it was pretty damn cool. I just realized we are not looking at the screen. There we go. Looking at this stuff, I was moving my mouse and all that stuff, but yeah, the end of the game, fantastic. One of my favorite endings of any video game I've ever played. Total fan service, totally fan fulfillment. Donkey Kong has a really bright future ahead. So I'm hoping we do get some sort of sequel to this. But also Mario Odyssey, I really hope we do get that tactic platformer. Give Donkey Kong access to maybe some of the Mario power-ups, and them working as a unit could be a very fun equal to do things. It'll work with game share as well. I think that'd be awesome. But it's gonna take a while to get there. Now Hades 2. Hades 2 is a game that has so many parts that work very well together that it's kind of making me like look beyond what I felt like could a Hades sequel involve. It does overcome some of the short sightings of that. So an important thing to note. So yeah, Jacob says with top 5 are Ghost of Yotei, Prince, Dispatch, Hades, Donkey Kong Banana. I haven't played any of Ghost of Yotei, and honestly, like I feel like for Blueprints, it was kind of a similar thing with Expedition 32, where I just lost track of time to play it. So I only did maybe about 5 to 10 runs. So I think it could make number 10 spot on my list, but I just felt like I didn't play enough. I had enough of those breakthrough moments to really hold it up there, but yeah, I wish I had more time to play that game. Dispatch though, when we were talking about like, hey, my top 10, the top 3 games are Player Expedition, Expedition 33 is number 1, Hades 2 is number 2, Bonanza's number 3, Dispatch is my number 4, honestly. I fell in love with that world, man. And it's kind of a shame that it is underrepresented. Kind of feels underrepresented because not a lot had come out at the time the judges were submitting these categories. And I really think in the future, hopefully we get a situation in which it gets its flowers next year. It's a weird one of those things that it's episodic, it's a telltale sort of game. So I'm not expecting that. I mean, we'll get to it, but I'm still kind of mad that Sonic 3 isn't even on Best Adaptation. That's nuts to me. But anyway, yeah, so Dispatch actually is good. And also thank you for the heads up on music and audio. I think it's hard because I know it's going to be the popular answer, but I do think Expedition 33 is my game of the year. Let's go to the next category. Best game direction. And now, I think I do feel a little less prepared to talk about this. Because Ghost of Yotei, I have no doubt it's an incredible game. I just needed time. I needed to set time aside post-Goaties to play it. Like, when I played Ghost of Tsushima, I was not playing anything else for a good long while. Granted, pandemic, obviously, so what else we could do, but like, I waited for that game to be played on PS5, and it was probably my top 5 favorite games, Sony games on the PlayStation 4/5. Definitely top 5 of PlayStation 5 play. So I have no doubt it's great. I love Erika Ishii, just as a person and as a light in a very dark world, but yeah, I have not played it, but I don't doubt that it is incredible. Everything I've heard about it, it kind of being sort of a kill like you're going after specific heads of certain clans, I find that super fascinating and awesome. Combat seems like it's incredible, and I just absolutely need to play this game later, but yeah. Dude, yeah, top 20 is definitely where I feel a lot more comfortable putting a lot of the games I really love this year. I mean, I'm a Nintendo Switch, so like there's some games I put on there that probably shouldn't be in a top 10 situation, like an absolute granted, this is a mix of both, but especially the giant bomb one is going to be a mix of both. But I don't know, man. There are too many games that came out this year. It's hard to really talk about them all. But yeah, so as for best game direction, like, again, it's gonna be hard to not want to do Expedition 33 as my answer. Death Stranding 2 definitely seems like Kojima like one-upped himself. Like, it does seem like that is a significant improvement over the first game. I just need to get around to playing it longer than like an hour. I think I did play an hour at like Target or Costco or something. And I liked what I played, it's just I had no context for what was going on. And this is someone who loves Metal Gear, like, holy crap, Metal Gear Solid Delta, fantastic game, I cannot believe. Granted, it's more of a one-to-one remake, but that they nailed it. Anyway, yeah, Hades 2 I think is extremely phenomenal, but it is a sequel to Hades 1, so it is kind of hard to put that against one of the most creative and unique games I feel like we've had in a long time with Expedition 33. Even if for the longest part, and if we're talking pure gameplay, like, it's difficult with Expedition 33, but man, I feel like I could be playing Hades 2 for the rest of my life. Like, story stuff aside, like, Hades 2 was some of my favorite combat in any game ever. I adore that game. I put 30 hours into it in early access, and when it hit 1.0, I put another 75. Like, I've spent so much time with Hades 2, but I mean, when you're talking about creative vision and innovation in game design and direction, talk about bringing a very niche and atypical audience to a JRPG. Like, being able to actually relate to and make accessible JRPGs and turn-based RPGs to the point where there is discourse of like, oh, I did not realize it was going to be turn-based, and people still sticking through it. I think that just speaks to its character, man. I just think it's a very hard game to beat this year. So yeah, I'll go Expedition 33. Oh, I guess Split Fiction I didn't like as much as It Takes Two. I really liked it. I didn't like it as much as It Takes Two. And honestly, I would have liked a couple of other games here instead. So we'll go Expedition 33 for this one. Alright, next category. Best narrative. Okay, so this is interesting because how are we gonna weigh this? I love Silent Hill. I think that's a phenomenal game. Tells a very important story. A story not typically heard, and telling a story with a feminist angle in Silent Hill is so significant just because of how they've basically just been bridges for the most part. Like, the female characters in Silent Hill, at least for 1 and 2, have been pretty much strictly used to push a male's story forward. So having this game and being able to do this and create as strong of a protagonist as they did, I think that's phenomenal. Granted, Expedition 33, you can kind of just play it once and get the full story. You can choose how you want that story to play out, but it does have a continuous story that is constantly compelling, constantly surprising, phenomenal. Goes to Yote. Jacob, can you tell me how much deeper is Yote's story compared to, like, Tsushima? Having not played E.T. Island, but like having played the original game, I think it's phenomenal. Literally walking through that end of the game experience. And great. But man, it's really rough because I don't want to give it to something real bad, but if there's a game that kind of speaks to me personally more, it's Expedition 33, but for like understanding what a breakthrough this is for survival horror, it's kind of hard not to give this out a lot. It's not going to be getting a lot of other flowers. I think it's only nominated for a couple of categories. audio design, I'll probably just give it to that, for sure. Let's think what else is out there. Expedition 33, honestly, has one of my favorite gags in a long time. When two characters converse, just two characters you don't think are going to interact with each other have the funniest dialogue ever. And I love jokes about quite sexual characters. Like, I love to play that. So Yote, almost an inverse of Tsushima story, in the sense that you're kind of, in Tsushima, you're like toppling a regime, and Yote is a lot more insular in a personal story. Does that sound right? It being a lot more about revenge rather than freeing Tsushima from the from the first game. That sounds really appealing to me. I think that would be really damn cool. I really want to play it. One of my friends is coming home, lending me his copy for like a week, so I'll see how far I can get to before I purchase it myself. But yeah, man. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I really thought that the characters were compelling, the setup is great. I just never saw enough of the actual story to feel like I could vote for it. It's a 100-hour game, and I have no idea how that game would wrap up. Yeah, Expedition 33 actually having those comedic moments, having those moments of levity in a game that is oppressive and depressing and touches on very difficult topics of overcoming like adversity, being in a world that quite literally does not want you to exist is a extremely powerful lens to go through. I think I'm gonna give it to Expedition 33. Unfortunately, I love that game, but for some of these it is very difficult to put one over the other. And also, like, if Dispatch was here, I could see it putting it there as being my favorite. Like, it was a narrative so good that I actually played through it Telltale Games. Like, granted, there's some gameplay aspects of that also helps, keeps it interesting. But yeah, kind of an unfortunate opportunity. I don't know if it actually would thematically hold against these, but very fun narrative. Best art direction. Okay. Outstanding creative or technical team to design and animation. I think Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Tsushima are gorgeous, and Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is not the best looking game. It has a great design aesthetic. And Hades 2 looks like a better version of Hades, but Silk Song, all of those characters are exuding life, both through their animation and their personality, and it's really only in this art style could they work. Like, I've seen statues or like crappy, shitty AI direction. Like, if I made my AI Hollow Knight OC and it looks like garbage compared to Silk Song, I think this goes for me to Silk Song. Even though it's probably not going to be the traditional answer, I feel like Yote probably will deserve it more. Not 100% sure, but to me, I think Silk Song takes that for me. These are, it's hard, man. I don't know what I would take off the best narrative for Dispatch, but also just like, we're in a year full of bangers. Like, I feel like a lot of these stories are going to stick with me until the end of my time on this world. Holy crap. I really enjoy a lot of this. And art direction is hard. So I'm just going to stick to my guns of what I most in a game. And here's the thing that I think will sell, that sold me on Hollow Knight Silk Song being best art direction. In a game that is constantly beating you down, making you relearn bosses over and over again, good animation tells are very difficult to do. There are so many games that could just straight up confuse you. Granted, there are bosses in Hollow Knight Silk Song that are BS, that are you're gonna have very little time to react to this unless you know any patterns. But for a game that got me to continuously come back in the time frame that I did, I beat it way faster, or at least up to Act 2, way faster than I ever did the first Hollow Knight game. And I think they just polished and made some very incredible landscapes. Landscapes that make you just want to punch like your fist through a screen sometimes. Those bosses are life. Those characters are gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm gonna see pins with those for the rest of my dang life. Really hard. 6. Yeah, I would gladly like to vote for multiple things, but we're just doing the hardest part. It's just choosing one. Man, I love Hades 2 soundtrack. I've listened to Break Into Tartarus, like the remix from the first game, so many times, but we're literally listening to Expedition 33's soundtrack right now, and the variety of sounds in this game is outstanding. Like, granted, I will say, one of the most egregious cuts here is Mario Kart World. I feel like the soundtrack was the thing I liked the most about Mario Kart World. The fact that it's not here is kind of crazy to me. But hey, I mean, what are you gonna do? This is what we're working with. So Expedition 33, man. I mean, I've been listening to it for 2 weeks non-stop ever since it beat it. God, this feels bad. Alright, audio design. Silent Hill F, absolutely. Gave my girlfriend heart palpitations putting on headphones for 50 minutes. We were gonna play through this game together, and it was just so rough that she could not get through it. Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat. Like, I feel like shooters and horror games almost always have to have this level of, like, audio polish, creepiness, also still listen to. Silent Hill has always had a great soundtrack, and this is an exception. But yeah, Silent Hill 2 literally made my girlfriend drop because it was so scary, and she loves horror games. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, this is a rough category. And Troy Baker from Indiana Jones. I did play a good amount of Indiana Jones. And it is incredible how close he sounds to Harrison Ford. And Atsu, I know, is a very good character. People love her. But, I mean... And obviously, Silent Hill F, what a protagonist. Like, I honestly could not believe the performance in there, but... And I got close to crying with her performance. Absolutely. Jennifer English broke my heart with Expedition 33. Holy crap. I'd played enough Baldur's Gate 3 to know she's good. But wasn't... Granted, played a character that maybe Shadowheart was a bit too racist to my character in the very early Act 1. So maybe I didn't, wasn't on her side to any point. Since then, I understand why that role was so good. Mael is a phenomenal character. Someone that I felt like was lacking in Act 1, but that's just the great way that they mislead you in Expedition 33. I think it's a phenomenal game, phenomenal performances. I can see a couple other characters from Expedition 33 filling up the other 3 spots. There are some goofy side characters, and there's some heartbreaking, tragic backstories that you don't even see, but the delivery of the lines in about the emotions there, and that just fucked me up. Yeah, I don't know. Jennifer English, Expedition 33. Because also, I feel like Mael's performance brought me to tears. And I feel like in Silent Hill F, it was more so the narrative that brought me there. Granted, the performance also, it's like, I don't want to think about it, but like, it is also like a language barrier to an extent. Like, I know some Japanese, watch a lot of Japanese movies, Takeshi Miike is like one of my favorite directors of all time. I watch Satoichi pretty much every year. Hanabi is incredible, but like, and then Ringu, like The Ring, Battle Royale. Like, I love a lot of Japanese movies and games and shows, but like at the end of the day, like I was able to understand the nuances in the performance with Mael a bit better than I was for Silent Hill Left, which is, it is shitty. I feel bad. Like, this feels bad just voting for yeah. I mean, Jacob does say it's a lifetime performance that Jennifer English did. That makes me feel a bit better. Because holy shit, what a character. What a fantastic character. Once you fully understand everything, and Mael coming to terms with everything that happens in that game, man, that just, very impactful. Very impactful. Speaking of impact, innovation is sorely misunderstood and not understand, which is so frustrating. It's also great that we have Jacob in chat because he literally works in accessibility for a living. Now, Doom Dark Ages, I actually did watch my colorblind friend play, and the ability to make it as coherent as it was awesome. Like, you were able to parry what you needed to parry, dodge what you needed to dodge, like, block what you needed to block. Like, I was so shocked that they actually conceived a way of doing that, because, like, I remember Splatoon tried the same thing, and it's just like, I have no idea what's happening here, man. I just, literally, the game boxes you out, and in a game where, like, tells are done through color, it's so important to have those tells. I don't think I've spent longer on options. I honestly think for Assassin's Creed Shadow, I was in the options menu just exploring more so than I played the actual game. I enjoyed the like 3 hours I played of it. I got it for free for building my PC. But it is kind of outstanding what they did there. I do kind of want to hear Jacob's opinion on that, but I do think I would give it to Assassin's Creed Shadow personally. Even though I got that first-hand experience of seeing what some of Doom Eternal's biggest accessibility innovations, and maybe we'll just come back to this. I would love to know that if I've never played Adamfall. I think there was some iffiness going on there. I'm not a sports FC guy. South of Midnight is a game I want to play too, but in the sea of 9 and releasing this year, I don't really want to use time on a 7 or an 8, but I absolutely want to play it. I also had a friend that kind of did tell me, hey, the combat's not that interesting, the setting is really great, but I think that, and she is so of the aesthetic and area and mythos that area, that the game draws from. So, yeah, I don't think, granted, she is, has no issues with accessibility other than changing the options. That's a whole different can of worms. Yeah. Dude, sliders? Yeah, I think we did mess around with that. I unfortunately was not able to get my brother has auditory issues, so I did not know whether or not those settings helped him or not. That's something I actually never asked, because I was curious about color blindness, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Especially in a game with a lot going on, you kind of do have readability. Yeah, and if it's like, did Assassin's Creed do anything better than previous Assassin's Creed, or is it just Ubisoft has always had those great options? Because I remember even as far as like Assassin's Creed Syndicate or something, like being like, wow, this is actually very welcoming. I really liked what I played with that. Not fully done with it yet, but played it enough to know that I did like it more than Eternal, but not as much as 2016. But man, the fucking shield though. Shield shotgun is all I really needed for that game to excel. Yeah, I don't know. I'll wait for the official go ahead. Let's see here. Wanderstop I liked but didn't love. South of Midnight didn't play. I honestly completely dropped off Lost Records, honestly. And it consumed me. I only just started. And I really love it, but like I was raving to Despot for weeks about this, trying to appeal to a lot of different people who don't normally play a ton of video games, but describing this as like a visual journey in lands that we're not usually focusing on in gaming, which I found incredible. Like this game, I've been seeing it for years in multiple like different devs. I think it was even in like a games showcase or something. But yeah, Despolote is one of the best games released this year for sure. Best ongoing. It's funny because I started Final Fantasy 14, but I know it's not had the best of the year. Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky I haven't really played a lot in a couple of years. I think I last picked up too. Marvel Rivals I absolutely love, but a lot of the seasons of Fortnite this year really got me to play a ton. I really loved the Star Wars season. If that was this year. I loved the Hunters season. The Simpsons season was a lot of fun. But I mean, I'm just now catching up on what Marvel Rivals has added this year. And there's so many different characters that play so compellingly and just like being very true to the source material. I don't know. I guess I played a lot more Fortnite this year though. It like drew me back in a big way to the point where like Fortnite was my most played game on, or I think it might have been my second most played game on PS5, but I also played Fortnite on Switch and PC, whereas I really only played Marvel Rivals on PS5 for the year. Also, let me know if people want a change in the soundtrack. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, I honestly think that is a very important point. That like Marvel Rivals is the hero shooter that did live up to what the potential of that game could be. Really caring about those heroes and releasing them on an absolutely insane cadence. And honestly, like yeah, that could sway me. And this is kind of difficult. I've been picking up Marvel Rivals again recently, and a lot of the new characters are just so fun. Rogue's trailer came out today. I'm a huge Rogue and Gambit fan, so this season has been great for me. She looks incredible. I like being able to support and play in any role possible, so having another tank to play is going to be very helpful for me personally. But man, talking about like the community, just the whole overall impact of Fortnite this year, be it with Daft Punk, Gorillaz, Simpsons, Star Wars, Power Rangers did a lot for my friend, and it was just fun to be in a Megazord, to be in a Star Destroyer for the Star Wars season. It's difficult for me personally, but I think it would give the edge to Fortnite. But again, Marvel Rivals is going to continue, so seeing how they balance and seeing how they like actually improve on what works there. Yeah. Okay. I think I am going to keep Fortnite. Also, we're going to go back to accessibility. I think we will give it to Doom. Jacob is the expert on this, so yeah, innovation is absolutely something I continuously find more and more interesting as time goes on. More and more do I watch games and talks talking about how to make your game more accessible than ever. The options are there, but they're very rarely used on. So the customization of things is actually incredible. completely forgot about K-pop Demon Hunters. So one of my friends, who is very much like a Nintendo girly, like she pretty much only plays Splatoon, Pokemon, that sort of thing. She picked up Fortnite on Switch 1 this year just for K-pop Demon Hunters. When we're talking about a moment in time, K-pop Demon Hunters killed it. And honestly, I will say, I was kind of disappointed that K-pop Demon Hunters didn't really have any music or videos with the music for on sale, because honestly, I was more interested in having Golden as like a background song or an emote that like played with the music. So hopefully there's more that they do in the future there. But yeah, let us keep going. Community support. Weird that Fortnite's not here. Fortnite's starting to do AI stuff, so that's kind of annoying. Helldivers 2 seems like it had some interesting collabs. The Red Sky, it was incredible. Wait, so I think the final update for Baldur's Gate 3 came out earlier this year. So if that's the one that added a lot of new substance. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where they added Arcane Trickster, but... Magic Sorcerer. Wait, oh yeah, the Drunken Master. I haven't even played with some of these classes yet. For all that they added here, man, it's very difficult to not pick Baldur's Gate 3. A game that keeps on giving, and I'm very excited to see what they do. Best independent game. This is going to be a fucking killer. And I'm not going to give it to Expedition 33 because I feel like for independent games, I don't know. Like we're thinking about studios that were able to overcome like adversity in terms of making a game. And to see like Claire Obscura did have some fall in it, but like was done by a lot of Ubisoft and a lot of other places. So I absolutely love Absalom, Bollock's Pit. I love a lot of what Blueprints does, although I haven't fully played it yet. I honestly was waiting for a Switch 2 port, and that never ended up happening this year. It'll probably happen in February when it's not important anymore for the intents of this list, but Absalom, I think, is fantastic. It's one of my favorite multiplayer games this year. Bollock's Pit, I think it's very innovative and very fun. Like a roguelite I currently can't put down, but Absalom, I've only been able to put it down because I'm playing it with so Blueprints is an astonishing achievement that I don't think will win just because of the English language barrier. I don't think it translates well to other languages, so that's kind of stopped its ascent to power. Yeah. I mean, my number 2 is Hades 2. I'm gonna give it to Hades 2 because I honestly think, as big as they are, Supergiant Games is still very much independent. Best debut indie game. I think I gotta give it to Dispatch. Like, I'm so excited. I was around when the Telltale games were like at their peak personally, but I never got into many of them. I did give a lot of. I finished the first season of Walking Dead. I played a good chunk of Among Us, but I'd never been more engrossed in one of those kinds of games than I was in this. Just nailing a really cool mechanic that you can do for any kind of video game. Like the dispatching system being so cool and fun. You can apply to any number of situations, but be it superheroes and then tell an insanely good tale about said superheroes, about overcoming like what society thinks of you, I thought was so well executed. And I still am thinking about going back and doing basically the inverse playthrough. This patch I think will get my best debut game here. This mobile game, I barely played any of these. I didn't play Destiny at all. Played a little bit of Persona 5 and didn't really care for it. Played a little bit of Sonic Rumble and had fun with it, mainly because I had a couple friends and we had a couple drinks. It was fine. Kirby. I kind of do want to give it to this just because so many characters I can just be about. And I didn't play it for that long, but I just want to hear a presenter try to stumble over this. VR, AR, I don't feel like I know enough to know. I feel like Deadpool will probably just win. I don't really care. I don't have a horse in this race. Best action game. So my two front runners here are Hades 2 and then Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I think I'm gonna give it to Hades just because the customization in Shinobi is incredible, and the bosses are really great in Shinobi. But the amount of variety in every single run, like every run could be a completely different experience. All the weapons feel different. The weapons have 3 different branches of them, just that you can upgrade at your leisure. Not to mention the boons. Hades 2 is a game that I'll constantly be replaying, so I think we'll give it to Hades 2, but Shinobi is definitely going to be in my top 10. I will say that now. I just found that game such a joy as someone who had played some of the Genesis Shinobi, but never finished or even fully fell in love with it. This action-adventure game. This is where I feel like Silk Sonic is going to get my voice, or my vote. Yeah, I mean, traversal, combat, no game I think this year gave me such a sense of relief and pride in having done something. But it's gonna get my vote here. I think these are gonna be pretty much the same for most game players, but it is what it is. Claire Obscure is really great. Monster Hunter is probably the one I played the second most, just because I played with friends. But yeah, I mean, like, having one of the biggest impactful, choice-dominated endings in a game I've played since even like Tsushima. I feel like was the last time that I struggled with an ending. There is fighting. So this is weird, right? I love fighting games. I've played almost all of these games except for the Mortal Kombat Collection, which would not get my vote for 2 reasons. One, it's a collection, which, like, if we're talking about what game did I have the most fun with this year, it would be 100% Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I was playing that yesterday. Some of the games I bought a Dreamcast for, you have CVS 2, you have Power Stone, you have Project Justice there. I never really played CVS 1 before. Never really played Star Gladiator. There's no other good games to be talking about, I don't believe. So... yeah, oh, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper. That was so cool how they added the PSP DLC later, but yeah, so really, I feel like in Virtual Fighter 5, it's done on a new engine. This is like actually Ryuga Goto's like debut with Virtual Fighter, but it's a remake for a game that I've owned on numerous consoles. Like, I have the base version on PS3. I don't think justifies it. So really, it's down to Fatal Fury, City Rules, and 2XKO. And 2XKO doesn't even feel like it's finished yet. I love it. I also know people personally who work on the game, so there's a little bit of a bias there, but really between 2XKO and Fatal Fury. And I love Fatal Fury. I love Garou, the last Fatal Fury game. I like a lot of the King of Fighters games I've played. I love a lot of the, I haven't really played Art of Fighting that much. Samurai Showdown is really good. But, yeah, I was really looking forward to this game, and then the fucking Saudi Arabia of it all just put such a big stinker on it for me that the fact that we got Ronaldo and the DJ obviously a lot of people came around to. I still find it weird that those characters were in the game before Terry Bogart's brother and Joe Higashi, the other original main character. The original trio, 2/3 of them were DLC, like 3 DLC, but they weren't in Garou. But come on, man, it's such a stinker. But like it is for me right now a more fun fighting game to play. But 2XKO has a lot of work to do, and it's going to be, if it's not up for an ongoing game next year, best fighting game, I don't even know what's going to happen, because I mean it's not having a console release till January, so that's not right. But like, I mean, I'm not really going to sink my teeth into it until a lot more of my friends can play this game. It's only really on PC. A lot of my friends are on consoles, so it's difficult for me to want to say, hey, the co-op 2v2 fighting game is just like, I'm missing a core component of that. So it's difficult for me to want to rate it here. So it's hard. Like, the politics, I really freaking don't know what to do. I think I'll give it to Fatal Fury because, like, I know the game didn't sell well because of a lot of the stupid ass decisions they made, but, like, in terms of the depth on the surface and, like, being able to play with people, like, I have a lot of friends who love SNK games and they are in the SNK circuit, so it's, like, weird, right? Like, Fatal Fury is a game that I should love. Terry Bogard is my main. One of my mains is Smash, and also one of my mains is Street Fighter. So, yeah, it's rough. I think, honestly, I'll give it to Fatal Fury. I think it's probably the better game right now, but 2XKO, give it a year, it's going to be way better. And Fatal Fury is probably just going to fall to the wayside until the next SNK game, until 2XKO will be overtaken in the niche that's in it. Best family, I liked Lego Party. I played it twice so far. And, like, I played Lego Voyagers with a friend, and they cried at the ending, and I was, like, moved, too. Was not expecting that from that kind of game. But if it's not Bonanza, like, what am I doing here? I haven't played Sonic Racing, so I do intend to play that, but haven't tried it yet. Let's see here. Yeah, I think going for 2XKO is totally reasonable, totally fine. I just know there's stuff coming down the pipeline that makes it more of a fulfilling experience that will make it, whereas Fatal Fury does feel like a released game with free DLC just to play good, even if the politics, like, I mean, CBS2 is still probably the game I like SNK characters in the most. Maybe it would have been funnier to go Capcom Fighting Collection 2 because that's my favorite other games that year, but it's like on raw games that I feel like should be eligible for those. That's it. Ghost Town, I actually should get around. Okay, so similar to the last category, it's like Final Fantasy Tactics is a great game. I played a good chunk of it, did not touch the Chronicles version, the Eclipse Chronicles version. Planning on getting that over the holidays. So really the only thing I want to vote for is between 2 Point Museum and Civ 7, I guess, and at that point, like, I think 2 Point Museum is probably a better game. Civ 7 is a game that will get better over time, but and I think on the whole I do like it so far better than I like 6 when 6 came out. But 7, I had a great all-nighter with it. I played it with some friends. very much love this game more than Mario Kart World. Like, Rematch is really cool. And I really did enjoy it. But I don't know. It was kind of soured by... I was having some weird connectivity issues. And a lot of my friends kind of just gave up on it. Like, even just returned it. Even some friends who I was like, hey, it kind of feels like a more arcadey Sonic game. It wasn't enough to, like, keep them around. I think it's a phenomenal stream, and I'd love to play with other people, but haven't had that opportunity. So, like, and from the time that I played with Rematch, I think I did enjoy my time with Mario Kart World more. So, even though it is not the Mario Kart game, I like the state that it's in. I know it hasn't supported that at all, which is nuts. So I think they announced it like a few months, but we'll do it. Pretend it's for the best soundtrack. Best multiplayer. Okay. I've played all these games. I like Dark Raiders, but I don't know. I didn't like the gameplay as much as I thought I was going to. Like, I honestly didn't think. I don't know. I don't want to diss the gunplay, but I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. I think the outstanding part is the collaborative nature of it, like playing with friends or just talking to people in the world. I found that really fun, doing raid bosses with like 6 groups of 3, taking down huge monsters, and that was fun. And I like Split Fiction for what it was, but I didn't enjoy it as much as It Takes Two. So, in Battlefield 6, I did enjoy. I did enjoy that. Didn't sink a ton of time into it, but mainly because I was playing other Dark Raiders pretty quickly. So between Night Raid and Peak, I think I go Peak. I really love that that's up here. I really think it deserves it. Especially like the turnaround on that is so phenomenal. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so I didn't see Splinter Cell and I didn't watch Until Dawn. I thought some of the choices in The Last of Us Part 2 were baffling, I guess. Devil May Cry, I enjoyed it for what it was. Excuse me. Devil May Cry, I thought, was really good at getting my girlfriend into Devil May Cry. She really liked the adaptation, even though there was a ton different about it. I felt the tone was a little weird. I felt the way they approached some of the aspects of DMC3 were questionable. Like, I feel like Lady was completely mishandled. Like, she is just not the same character and does not have the same motivation. So her deciding to side with Dante didn't make as much sense, I guess, towards the end. I think the meme answer is a Minecraft movie. I had such a great time in that theater, and I watched it a second time, and I still laughed at it. My number one on Spotify Wrapped, my number one song was the Lava Chicken song, just because I played it endlessly to taunt people in the Discord server. And I found that hilarious, so I'll just go for the Minecraft movie. But here's the thing. The number one, like, I don't know why the fuck Until Dawn is here. Where the fuck is Sonic the Hedgehog 3? Where is that movie? Like, it easily clears all of this. It's like the highest rated video game movie, the best Dragon Ball movie I've ever freaking seen in my life. They nailed Shadow. I don't know what happened. Because it's like the same thing with Indiana Jones. Like, Indiana Jones made it. And that was like a December release, but like Sonic wasn't good enough. I don't know. I saw that twice in theaters. I've seen it twice at home. Those movies keep getting better and better, and like Knuckles was up for nomination last year, so this seems like a baffling mistake. I don't know if Sega like just didn't campaign for that, or people didn't think it counted. I don't know, but if Sonic was here, that'd be an instant one. personally for me, I love Insomniac, so Marvel's Wolverine. Something I've been looking forward to for a good long time. So that's personally for me. Content creator of the year. I don't really have a horse in this race. I don't know this VTuber Burton. That's funny. I like Critical. Tyson On, I was introduced to this year. He was great. He's an entertaining streamer. Kai's probably gonna win too. But I guess like in terms of content, it's hard to say. Like I loved Kaisa not getting into One Piece. That was very fun for me. But I also loved Voice Critical had this story of how he brought people from Australia to grade their Magic cards from the original Magic set. I thought this was a phenomenal kind of documentary that he paid for out of pocket to bring them there, to fly the cards to Texas, get them graded right there, bring them in, and it literally being a life-changing experience. I think Critical had some controversies this year, some of which I don't really care for streamer controversy unless it's real bad. I think he had a killer year this year. Best esports game. I don't play any of these games, so I don't really have a horse in this race. So, I don't know. I think skip this one. Esports at... I only know a couple of these. So, for me, it's between Kakeru and Mena RD. Mena playing Blanca, a very character to fight against, but also just like who is making it as far as he does with Blanca, and then Kakeru is just a legend. Excuse me. Talking so long that voice is hoarse. Yeah, I mean, like, this was probably the he's after the stage. Then winners finals. So both North America. Absolutely.
He's not even looking in this direction. He's not even acknowledging the fact that he's waiting for it on this.
Total player. Both are characters that really
saw that get more when he's fighting those goes. He's ready for it.
I don't know. Just no one plays this game like Mena RD does.
Mena just plays it slow despite the lead. Oh, and again. So receptive on the hitbox of that classic medium punch.
Godlike execution, but I don't know. Like Mena was someone of sports team, I don't have a horse in this race. Player's voice. So are these the final games? Yeah, so... Oh god, it literally expires in 2 hours. Not gonna win, but I'm gonna give it to Dispatch. Mainly because I would love to see it recognize more things. It's kind of sad that it doesn't, but... Yeah, we'll lock it in. All right, so that's all the categories I can go for. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, we've already been going for how long? An hour and a half. An hour 15. Let's play Kirby now, and the bingo board. Maybe I'll just ask on Twitter some fun categories that I think that would be funny, like things put in the bingo board. So, us. Let's switch over to let's see here. Let us get into this thing, shall we? I think we're actually playing. We're in Bollocks Pit right now, actually. 1 second, I gotta change the display options. I should have done this prior. Unprofessional as always. And we'll turn off HDR. It should make it look a little bit better. Oh no. You guys can start to see my background. Alright. I think we're in between stuff. Let's see. Let's do this. I'm very curious to see where this is going to go. I've heard the ending of this game is very gratifying. Let me see if I can just move this over. Alright. Let's do this thing. So, I've played a good chunk of this game. I am... Let's do this. Start from the top. Alright, folks, it is time to beat Kirby Air Riders. Let's see what this secret thing is. Yeah, I've played probably like 10, 15 hours of this game between my own copy and a friend's copy. Really, all I could really want from an Air Riders sequel. I was very excited for this game to be revealed. And the fact that it has a story mode has been news and just like, you know, it's warmed my heart to see a new Sakurai Kirby story, which I never thought we were going to get again. I really did think that, like, Superstar was going to be the end of it, but, like, man, the fact the boss Nightmare 02 marks, obviously. Let's do this thing. Yes, we're here. So let's do this. So my first playthrough was with Kirby. This time it's with the goat. So I have seen this end of the game. This is the true end. So I have got New Game Plus, gone through, collected all the vehicles. We're gonna see where this thing goes. Love Megalar's theme.
3, 2, 1, start!
You can hardly even hear the ground in the background. Actually, just a box back and forth and over here. Doesn't think I did this on time, but it just really down notice that. I love this maps back on New Game Plus. Very fun, the flexibility of it. It's very helpful for some of these settings. Super useful. Let's go for Great. Whew. How is everyone doing? DeRoach. I'm just so glad that this game
3, 2, 1, start!
I do not really know what to expect when they announced this, especially because obviously it's further away than I thought.
Excellent!
Really just one spin and like a half charge spark is enough to knock him out. Alright. I guess glide. Glide. Yes, I think are the two I'll get. audio good for
Three, two, one, go!
For a second there, I thought we had to delete all these enemies. It's also funny that they just call it machines. Like, it literally sounds like, I don't know, like the vehicles are possessing people. I know. Oh my god, alright. We'll just go for it. I think we should make a fire surge.
Three, two, one, go! Excellent!
Pyro's down this little guy. Feel kind of bad now. Shall go and toss the Phantom Rider race, which I assume will still happen before we play against the gigantic boss. Really am adverse to doing top. Like it's okay, but I don't know. I actually did it last night just to get some. I really never touched it.
Three, two, one, go!
Actually, it felt pretty good. It's funny because I never really felt that in the first game at all. That's fine. Build in combats for combats, so kind of only makes sense.
Three, two, one, start!
They stop it. Crown display, but like, that actually like
Excellent!
I don't know, but I would love it. I don't know if this game makes my top 10. Like I'm tremendously in love with it. I think it's so much better than it had any right to be. And in a way it like justified its existence to a lot of people, but I don't know for this year. My Sakurai thought.
Three, two, one, go!
just edged it out. Holy shit. There we go. One step closer. Rest area 2. The farthest reach. Farthest reach. I almost like admire the like diorama sequences here. Like I think it's so funny. Just like those little intermission rest stops to collect the guns, and I still don't even know what they do. Leave when the timer ends to win. Gotcha. Wait, only against Knuckle Joe. All I gotta do is save.
3, 2, 1, start!
Say, what was that? Was it Gooey, I think? You need to like use the drill ability a couple times to unlock in Top Right. That was a pain. Like Top Right is fun to have that asymmetrical, you know, kind of game like Rad Racer, or no, Rad Racer is more of an outrun like. Boy, I do love the variety. Playing it once.
3, 2, 1, start!
I guess it's good for this. Alright, what are we getting? I didn't get any. Yeah, I see the ending, or I see the boss down there. Oh my god, Rick. Rick Mushroom. Okay, so it's
Three, two, one, start!
Oh shit! I really thought it was gonna be a lot harder. God, I really... Is that supposed to be telling me what, like, I actually should be choosing? Health would probably be helpful. Alright, we're approaching it. I don't know if there's another shop or if we're just getting down to it. I would like doing some combat. Defeat Kirby. Oh, it's only a one-on-one.
Three, two, one, go!
Getting a little close to 250. Finish the ride in air ride. Magma flows.
Three, two, one, start!
Matter now. Regardless of what difficulty comes. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see what this ending has in store for us. The end of the road, the end of the trail. Oh, that didn't happen last time, I don't think. Oh my god. What the hell? Is it gonna just destroy all the air rides? What? Just gonna power it up? There's Dora with oh lord. Yeah, how are we gonna deal with that? It's other me! No way! Holy shit! The Dragoon! Oh, and the Hydra! Oh, shoot, Jesus. If not, just for that one moment.
Three, two, one, go!
Holy shit. Yeah! Oh, this is the real final boss. Absolutely. Well, I guess I assume so. This was like a souped up version of the boss when you first beat the game. I don't know if this is gonna be the final one. We shall see though. Oh shit! Did he combine the two legendary machines? Yeah. Let our ships free! I love the friggin' cosmic clock. Just whelmed by that attack. Oh, what the? I'm sorry, what the hell is this? We got like Agumon Final Digilution riding on it. Hell yeah. What the fuck? Where did this come from? Are we just gonna be riding? Oh my god. Ew, jumps whenever. Oh my god, okay. Weird. Appreciate the love your games. Okay. I'm so curious to see what the special actually is going to be. Oh my god. Rainbow Road straight to the clock. Oh my god. Okay, so we gotta do some boss missions too. Is it gonna be like actual Kirby bosses? Yes, it will be. Robo DDD. Gotta fight ourselves. Volume's okay. Okay. Oh my god! You're doing a tremendous amount of damage. Okay, so the special's still the same. Okay, with the jet hammer. Sounds like a Pokemon episode title. Although now Robo makes me think of Chrono Trigger. Not now, but like, oh yeah, we are going up there, huh? O2, alright, let's do this. The Dark Matter Trilogy final boss. Love 64-2. God, this song playing through the entire boss gauntlet is incredible. Oh yeah, I should have right, I forgot. Spin the stick while you fire the direction. Yep. Oh, I could have used that. Yes. Oh my god, just barely. Of course, I'm back. I wonder what they did. Like, the cyberization of this is quite interesting. I don't know if it's because the original is dead or something, but that wouldn't make sense for why Nightmare was Nightmare. Oh yeah, level 250. Of course, the audio does not. Here's Nightmare. I think it's so cool how they translate here. I mean, it is a build-up after they put him as an actual boss in Smash Ultimate, but was it only Mars? Dark Matter, I think. Hey. Oh god. Let's go with the cannon. Just play it safe. There we go. Oh my god. I die here! Yeah, we died. Rip! You hate to see it.
Plasma.
Oh my god, it does so much damage. Alright. Oh, buddy. That screen is so bright. I love this Sakurai, man. The speedy zoom up is so fun. Oh, Marks. Here we are. Makes sense, technically, Marks, considering the two are forever linked. Marks and the rest of the wishes. I'm a giant Kirby nerd, guys. This is doing a lot of stuff for me, huh? Fun fact, I used to keep in this school. I used to keep a giant notebook of which I designed Kirby copyabilities of all of my friends, and I would have quote-unquote guest artists also drop Kirby things like in there. I still have that notebook. It means a lot to me, but yeah, I've loved Kirby for so long. It's kind of crazy. Oh my god. I did not remember him slapping his ears like that. So what are we building to, though? What are we going to do inside Nova? Oh my god. Literally the heart of it. I have no idea what this... Oh my god. What? Okay. So I guess we're just breaking all these. I wonder if this has connection to Star Allies. Star Allies is not my favorite Kirby game. Probably not even my top 15. It's sentimental in that it was the first I played in my college. Yeah. Here. Hey, oh. I really thought I was gonna stay in the same lane. Okay. Oh, I missed. Fine. There we go. Oh my god, it's even playing Marx's theme! Oh my god. Oh. No, 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 no. Woo! Hope these aren't still falling. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, come on. Alright. I love it how it's not being that easy jump. They just immediately abandoned that. And then the next time, he is okay. Oh, maybe. Oh no. It's in retire. Okay, thank God. I really thought I was just dead there. Oh, that was dumb of me. I really thought I was being cheap there. Okay, close to the end here. right. Oh, happy y'all are here. Hell yeah. So is Nova just finally dead? Holy shit. Kidding. God, DDD riding this freaking pirate is nuts. The end. Back on Popstar. Zora make it out of it? God, I hope Zora gets a fucking happy ending. After the BS that he's putting him through. Oh, thank God. Never saw him again. So wait, can I just use this lion now? Hell yeah. Alright! Those were the final boss of Gauntlet. The true ending. Credits theme now. I thought this was really fun. I'm glad they added this. It really added to the experience of making it. Otherwise, it would have been just like a city trial ride game for me, which is what the original was. But you know, they actually put a lot of effort into this top ride. Enjoy it. Probably my favorite of the two Kirby games. Between this and the DLC, I just love that ride. Everything was like 30 minutes, so thank you guys for sticking with it.
absolutely loving it. Maybe I'll play a little bit of that. My throat is taking a beat. It's been a minute since it's been over. Kirby. Mario, Metroid, Love Tour. Right. I guess there's like but they didn't release as a Switch game, so it's kind of hard to want to rank it like that. Yeah. Oh, and I saw them play that DLC for Dragoon. I hope we can ride this beast. They're just like out of nowhere in this beast. Like I have no idea what the explanation here is, but I hope we get to unlock him. Let us see here. Any post credits? Oh, very cool. Hell yeah. Nor DDD. So what's left? Anything crazy? I think I can see everything, the silhouette of everything. Waddle Dee, defeat 30 riders during city trial challenges. Oh, I should have done more of those. Oh yeah, I can complete that. Nice. I wondered how you do get the Leo and stuff, but it's a question for another time. Got close to finishing this one, but... Oh. Oh, so I need to beat it again. Get a couple more of these. Okay. Gotcha, okay. Dang, I should have been playing it on hard. Play road trip for a total of 200 minutes. Alright, that's a total of 3. 6. Full circuit. Surprising. Yeah, and I didn't see this in a shop for a plus that 6.7. Is that the Leo? I can't even tell. Hey, I'll do that another time. I think we're gonna call it there. 2 hours, good stream. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Game Awards tomorrow. On my Blue Sky, I'm probably gonna put opinions on what you think should be the bingo board for that, but I'll probably fill it up